Hello, Dr. Schutz here. I have my newest and latest build that I've created here pretty recently. I've kind of fell in love with this one pretty quickly. I actually I built the rear end. I already had something in my mind, and it fell into place pretty quick. And I'll talk about that later a little bit more about where I got the idea from. And the same thing with these wings. I got the idea of these wings that kind of turned into what they are now from someone else I'd like to mention as well. But I was stuck. I didn't think I was going to finish it this quick. But then I saw this new mod that came out that you can flip parts in positions that they normally wouldn't be. So if you look, I took those Hope Tech caps and I had them running across the top, but now I can also turn them around upside down. And I made this narrow channel, and I really loved it. It looks great to me. That's my opinion. I don't know, y'all might like it too, but I just thought that was just awesome looking. And then also I couldn't figure out what to fill in this gap down here. Okay, right above the bay you got a level of habs, and then right above that I don't have any habs. That's not an empty space, but some of it was. It's not anymore, but I didn't know what to put there. You can see that I have those Deimos skegs turned sideways, and I thought that was really cool. I was able to fill that gap in without adding a large, like a section that will stick out further than what I really wanted it to. I wanted it to keep it kind of thin there, and I think that worked out great. It looks good. It's got the lights. I just thought that was super neat. I wish, here, let me run over there real quick. I wish they lined up with this with the Deimos wing. It doesn't quite line up, but we'll get over it. Or I will. No big deal. We can live with that. But, where'd he go? Yeah, there you go, bud. Oh, I missed. Darn it. Alright, anyways. Let's go ahead, and I just wanted to kind of just give a quick look at it before we run into the ship builder and tear this sucker apart and show y'all how to build this thing. She's a big girl. She does not fit on a landing pad very well, but since she has a very small footprint, she actually isn't too bad. Like, she might still clip up front on certain planets, but since it's so high, it's less likely on most. And the small footprint allows it to sit right in the center of the ship. I mean, the landing pad, and you can run up to this pad without it being, I guess, too far forward to where you have to jump into it. This actually is level on the landing pad. So that's all good things. And all right, see y'all in the shipbuilder. Thank you. For me, my audio is messed up, so I do not know if y'all can hear any of this. If y'all don't, let me know, because I think it's just recording what's being produced, and I think my mods are messing the game up. As you can see here, it's not too bad on the landing pad. It fits right within the inner circle for the footprint landing bay. You can run right up to it. There's no weird fighting to get underneath the dang thing. It's really high off the ground. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoy the shape of this thing. I like the segregated spine that runs down the center, and the Hope Tech parts. It kind of separates the front of the ship from the back, and there's kind of little hints and hues of what's going on up front with a little bit of industrial or something more, I guess, mechanical, kind of in between everything. I enjoyed that. I enjoy the shape of the wings and everything else, and I hope y'all do too. The landing pad, as you can see, it's covered in trees. I would say greenery, but they're not green. They're blue, aren't they? But when I put the landing pad down, it was barren. It deleted everything that was there, and all of a sudden now it is. It was perfectly. It was nice. I liked how close it was to the ground, especially in the back. I could walk off of it without getting hurt. And now there's trees. So it is what it is. But the color palette that I chose was like I like to keep the bright white in there. I thought it broke up the mechanical parts, or whatever you want to call the little in-betweens. I added some gray and green. I really love, one of my favorite colors is green. It's just a thing. And this is like one of my favorite ships, so I had to add green. It had to be a thing. And then I always thought that kind of light gray with the green, I don't know, I just like that look. Always thought they looked good together. Sometimes with a little bit of orange too, but I can't add 4 colors. So anywho, let's, like I said before, get to the ship builder. We haven't done that yet. All right. Now, no, back out first. My bad. Gotta break my legs. All right. Starting off like how I normally do it, I just kind of have the ship ripped apart in segments, and I'm going to pick the pieces out and tell you what parts I'm using. Now, I am using several mods, so this part right here, M-Class mod, these are M-Class parts, but they're the smallest M-Class parts that have connect points that actually connect to regular parts. See the little circles? Alright, so these parts are the Deimos. They're called Deimos thrusters, port 4 top, and then I'm using the port 4 bottom, and I'm using the Deimos thrusters, port aft, top, and bottom. I'm using about 8 of these. Well, hold on. 4 of the front ones and 4 of the back ones. Alright, let's start off with your halves. First, I grab you I'm using a Dark Star MC. Oh, I completely skipped the mods that I'm using. Alright, so I'm using the Dark Star pad. The Dark Star pad is extremely cheap on parts, and also it is it allows you to have slightly more beefed, not slightly, some of them seem to be kind of high, but really beefed up guns and beefed up weapons. I mean, engines. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Long day. Alright. What else am I using? I'm using, obviously, the build limit as well. Build limit mod. What else is there? Dark Star mod. The M-Class mod. The M-Class mod comes with also the help on glitching things together. So I can literally just place whatever I want into a location, and it will just let me do it. It'll be green, and I can select it. So anything that I do here that turns red for you, it's because you don't have that. If you want to build this ship, you're going to have the M-Class parts mod, so it's going to come with the glitch mod as well. I believe... Oh, the Avon. My bad. The Avon Tech mod. This is the only Avon parts that I'm using, and it is to achieve the... Hold on, let me fix my camera. I'm sorry about that. Oh, wow, I'm way out there, ain't I? Alright. Okay, so these Avon skinny parts, it allows me to bring them closer to center with the perfect gap from center on either side. So I put these in the center of a hab position spot, and then it's skinnier, so it brings something inward, closer to the center. And to achieve the kind of thing that I'm doing. Let's go ahead and start. We're going to grab the Cabot bridge. You can use the regular one or the Dark Star one. The only reason you use the Dark Star is because it comes with a shielded cargo capacity, and the cargo capacity itself is slightly beefed. I don't know if the mass or value is any... Oh, well, the value is cheaper, of course, but the mass, I don't know if it's any better. Okay, so now that we have the Cabot bridge on the top, I chose to put as a filler for the something round, and I kind of like the captain's quarters and the Nova Galactic habs. So I used it right behind the Cabot bridge in the center on the top. And yes, I know there's a doorway in the front and there's a doorway in the back because of these Hope-Tech spines. Now, I tried to imagine it as my own personal tunnelway to get to the rest of the other habs that are needed to be, or I could go downstairs. So I was thinking, like, if I wanted to go in my room, and then from my room an emergency happened, and then I wanted to run to, I guess, I don't know. I am just pulling for strings here. I just wanted this here for the filler, the whiteness, instead of glitching apart through the spines. So hopefully we can just pretend that this is okay. And then underneath that hab, I placed 2 Hope-Tech spines. And on back of the captain's quarters, I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Hope-Tech hab spines. And then right on the end of that 6th one, place a Deimos storeroom 1 by 1. I mean, it can be a companionway if you want, but I made it a storeroom. On top of that storeroom, put your docker. I chose the Stroud Eklund Connect Pro docker. Now, below this 1 by 1 hab, put 3 more Deimos. I use companionways, so 1, 2, 3, right below each other. And then, to bring up, okay, just ignore that piece, but bring up a Hope-Tech spine right underneath this one, and in front of the second from the top companionway. And then going forward, you'll walk into the Deimos battle stations 2 by 2, and then when you will add a Deimos control station 2 by 1 on the left side of this battle stations. What will happen is that the doorway will open up at the back side, and I kind of like the way it did that, so no issues there. Then we have 1 by 1s that are stacked on top of each other. This is going to be your entrance into the ship. And so from here, you'll climb all the way to the top. You can go rear to the battle station or go forward into an armory that goes to the cab. Okay? So right in the center, in between the Deimos battle stations and the control station, we are placing the 1 by 1, and then in front of that 1 by 1, we are placing the armory. Now, to continue, let's bring up 2 more Deimos 1x1s in this center section that's in front of the battle stations. So we have 3 here total, and then right on the bottom of that we will connect the bay. So now I wanted to have a place for them to sleep. And so what I chose, let's delete that, we don't need it. I chose to use a all-in-one berth and a living quarters right in front of these 2 bottom rear 1x1s that are in the back of the ship. And what I did, because of ladders spawning there, I placed 2 windows, the porthole windows on the top. And so have these windows on top of this hab. When you can place this hab first. So instead of placing this one here, you would bring this one up. And if you want to go ahead and attach them to the hab, it doesn't matter. What I did was place the hab first, place the windows, and then I brought this hab up. Now, you see how it's green? So we don't have to do any of that crazy flip-floppity glitching because we have the M-class mod installed. And that is helping us out tremendously here. Alright, to go ahead and finish off this ugly, weird-shaped interior ship that we have. I mean, it's not really ugly. It's just, it's a shape. And we're going to bring up the fuel tank. And I place this fuel tank right in front of both of those living quarters, and then right behind. Diggummit. Alright. I stopped recording for a second. I hope that doesn't mess me up, because I thought the Xbox told me that. I'm sorry. Anyways, so I brought this fuel tank up here, up in the center, and I'm thinking how to fix the recording. It's only a few seconds. Hopefully it doesn't affect it too much. So I brought the fuel tank up in the center, in between the living quarters and these 1x1s that go up the center of the ship. And now we can start bringing in some pieces that are going to help us kind of put this thing together. So what we need to first start off with is trying to find a place to put these Avon Tech glow wing mid pieces. That's what they're called. And so if we look at this Deimos control station, go ahead and bring down behind it the Deimos hull A, and we're going to put 2 of those right behind it. So one after another, and now you're going to go to the other side and do this. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the other side and just duplicate it over, you know. Now, underneath these 2 first ones, we're going to place one of these Avon Tech glowing mid pieces, and then we're going to place, glitched inside of it, a Nova bracer. You'll see why we're doing that later, but it won't be right now. I'll come back to that. So if we bring those 2 pieces down, wait, what's going on? There we go. Now they're already glitched into each other. For us, you can. And just bring those down. Let me fix my camera. Alright. Now, behind this Avon glowing mid piece, we're going to duplicate it. And we're going to place 3 more behind it like this. And then 2 on top of the rear. So that's what we're going to do right now. Duplicate, bring back. Duplicate, bring it back. Duplicate, bring 1 more back. No. Connect. Thank you, sir. Now we've got the 4 in a row. And you're going to bring up 2 to the back, connecting right behind these Deimos Hull A. And so this is exactly what it looks like. You want to copy this on the other side. So duplicate, bring back. Duplicate, bring back. Again, and now bring them above. And now we have something to work off of for these Deimos thruster, starboard, aft, top, and bottom, and you know, you'll see all that kind of connected here in a minute. For now, we're going to go ahead and bring in the I'm using the Darkstar XD 75C Singularity Drive. I'm using this. It comes with the max power usage. It's a C-class with max power of 12, but it has Gav jump at 75, and the drive health is 175, and the mass is only 16. I believe that's significantly less than normal. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. And then right behind that, we can go ahead and place the he named it the Darkstar MR60C 0-point reactor, and it has a power generated of 60, and that's before all your perks are applied. Let me just make sure I'm still recording. I am. We have a few more seconds. Alright, so I added these for looks, and of course just cargo. I added these as a 200 cm ballast cargo hold. Okay, I have a mod on that I forgot to tell you. 20,000 for all cargo that is not shielded. Every single one of them is just 20,000. My cargo shield from Darkstar are these Darkstar discrete cargos. They hold $4,000. I think they have a one that holds a little less. So you choose whatever you want. The mass is only 20, so that's a ton of cargo that's shielded and for not very much mass. I added them to this for also looks to kind of add in with blended into the sides of these pieces with the engines. I just added little details. That's all. Let's go ahead and place this on the back of here. You can place these in. I can probably get away with placing them in now or later. Let's go ahead and keep them right here. We'll do it later, just in case, if it makes it easier for y'all. Now, or me, I should say. Now, for these pieces, they're supposed to go here, but we will end up moving them later to put in the engines and then placing these right back in. Alright, let's go ahead and, oh shoot. You know, trying to have a memory for placing all these together really throw me off. I believe, yeah. Gotta figure out what that looked like. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Now, what should be next? I think I should go ahead and throw in these large pieces in. Alright guys, we are going to place this right here on the hook point on the bottom Okay. I think. And then we're going to... This is named Deimos Thruster Starboard Aft, and this is the top version, and then this is the bottom version. Okay. We are butting them up perfectly together like this. So the top of this connects to there, and then the bottom of this one connects to this section. Okay? Now, on the opposite side of that, we're going to take these, the exact same thing, but in a different orientation. We're going to place this here. It is going to blend into all this. And personally, after it's blended in and it's all put in, it doesn't look too bad. But, it's just, I don't know, I liked it, I enjoyed it. And these will go in real easy, but they can't come out easy. So as soon as you put them in there, they're not coming out. They're in there for life. Unless you remove this piece or this piece, I think. This is what keeps me from being able to take them out, I think. This basically has a hitbox of one of these. So it messes you up. Alright, let's go ahead and you take this and we're going to place it in. So that's, gotta figure out. That's right. Okay. Alright. So I told y'all wrong. Alright, I apologize. I did forget something. And that is, so there was these Deimos holes, they were sitting right there. Let's move them out of the side. I should have told you to do this earlier, but I made a mistake. We need to duplicate one, bring it forward, duplicate another, bring it forward. Go ahead and let's bring in all of our large pieces in. And we're going to take a Deimos thruster port aft top. I'll bring that sucker in, connect her on the bottom of that piece, but at the top rail of these Avon Tech pieces. Bring in the bottom one and connect it to the bottom rail on the top of that bottom piece, Deimos thruster piece. Let's go ahead and bring in our larger big piece at the front. These are Deimos thruster port 4 top. And this is a Deimos thruster port 4 bottom. Alright, we're bringing these in. Let's see that. Don't do this. This is incorrect. We need to bring it in one. Let it, as soon as it's green, we know it's good. It'll stay there. Excuse me. Alright, let's go ahead and finish the other side. That is connected. We're bringing that one up front of that one as well. We're going to get this one, the bottom one of the front. Bring that in. It should connect easy. You do want this piece sticking out. You want that, you're going to need that. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in the Deimos thruster, starboard, aft top. We're bringing this one in right here, glitching it in. Now you're starting to see how it's coming into shape. Don't worry, this will be fixed. That looks weird to me, but we'll fix that later. Bringing this one in, make sure it matches with the top one. Connecting to the bottom rail. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to take these Deimos hole pieces. We're going to bring them in here. You want this to be sticking out, that's great. It connects to the spine and the back second from the top companionway, one by one. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring it in. It's going to glitch into that Avon piece. It's fine. It's where we want it, right there. Okay. Now, what is next? What is next? Let's go ahead and finish off this rear end. Because this is actually, when I built the ship, I started off right here, and I built this before I even put any of these, all these habs in. The halves used to be slightly different, but it worked out to do it this way better, this way best for the halves. So we're going to select all 4 of these. We're going to bring them forward off to the side. You'll place those in later. We're going to delete those. Bring this in. So what I did is that I just placed it against the top of this one. And then I duplicated, brought it down. It was green, and you just click accept. I did the same thing. I brought another one in. Oh, these are, sorry. My bad. These are the Dark Star Immune Dune X01A engine. I got these because I can put 4 down. They're only power of 3 each. I believe they're supposed to be... No, they're normally... Just don't listen to me. The only thing I think different with these is that the engine thrust and maneuvering thrust is pretty significantly increased. And it allows you to have, I believe, I guess 200 speed. So that's what it shows at the bottom of the screen. So that's good, I guess. You know, big ship, go fast. Mobility at 100, fantastic. Now we're going to go ahead. What I did was, all I did was come in, I duplicated this and brought it back, glitched it into the engine, into each engine. Just swing on down to the bottom. Oops, excuse me. Glitch those right behind into the engine. That's what we want. We want those to hook to. We need them. So now let's bring up to the parts that I'm talking about hooking them to. Bring that sucker down. This is a HopeTech Cap B. This is the mid-top version. We're going to place these, and they're connecting to that Avon thing, a mid piece. We're going to duplicate it, bring it right back, and then boom. Go ahead and bring another one into the build. This is the HopeTech Cap B mid-top. We're going to duplicate, bring her back. Now, let's go ahead and continue with the top section. Like I said, but what I want to do is that we're going to bring in a Stroud Nose Cap D. We're going to bring in a bunch of these. The reason why I used these is because, believe it or not, they fit right in this spot perfectly with their hook points. They connect to these Deimos and connect to the sides. Not on, it doesn't connect to this the Deimos thruster in parts, but it connects to the spine and that 1x1. And what I did was bring one down and connect it right in there all snugly. Duplicate, bring her forward, snap her in. And there you go. You got that part in. And do the same thing again. Slap her in there. Duplicate, bring her one spot forward and snap her in. And now that part is done. Now to fix this issue that looks weird to me, I used alright. So this Deimos cowling aft position, stuck her in right behind this 1x1 with the Docker. And I think it fits in pretty well. It's yes, it is glitched in. Yes, the colors don't just blend in together. They never do, but from a distance, it looks a lot better than what it was. Alright, I lied to y'all. I lied. Alright, let's fix these. They need to go down. One? No, I lied again. Okay, no. They are up. They are up. When you glitch them with the little Hopetech radiators, they look. You can't see them anymore. They're gone. They're hidden. And the reason why we put these Stroud nose caps in first is so that we have something for these to connect to. And so you're going to bring in one, and you're going to put it right in, and it will connect to this piece and be green. And then you can just duplicate it back and slap her in like that. And I will show you what I used those other pieces for, other Hopetech pieces for here in a minute. Alright, so then after you're done duplicating and moving that one back, just bring it over here, snap it to there, and bring it back, snap it to there. And now those are in place. Of course, all this stuff doesn't really matter. Y'all can change it up however you want. You can go ahead and bring these in. These are cargo units. They're not all exactly the same. I chose to do 3 XDC discrete cargos at 4,000 each, and then one of them is a 200 cm ballast 20,000 to give it that extra bump. And we're going to put all 4 of these on each hook point on this, each side hook points on this reactor, and they should go right in there. It just kind of gives a little bit of a difference to the side of the engine. Instead of the exact same thing on both sides, it kind of looks like the reactor is connected to the engine in some shape, form, or fashion, and then the other side tapers into the build. So I figured it looked cool. Alright guys, next let's come up to these pieces. What we're gonna do, we will bring these down, but don't connect them to anything. We'll talk about these a little bit later. They're just gonna be floating there for later, so they're not so high. Let's bring down, pull into the build area a Deimos Tel A in the aft position, and connect it right in the back of these little radiators. You're going to get another one, put it on the other side as well. Okay. And so we're going to start installing some Deimos. Alright, so go to the structural pieces and look up Deimos spines. You'll see the first one that pops up will be like a Deimos radiator, and you keep scrolling down and you'll reach a Deimos spine A in the 4 position. We're going to place this in the center of the 3 hook points that are made up of this glitched Stroud nose cap D thing that we made earlier. And it's going to be in the center of these 2 that are glitched together. Right behind it, I put a Deimos spine C in the aft position. Right behind that one, glitched into the radiator, but on top of that Hopetech little cap thingy that's kind of inside the radiator as well. It glitches right in, connects to it, and then now it's level with the both of those. And then right behind this Deimos spine E in the 4 position, we will put a Deimos spine D in the aft, so that it tapers down and blends right into the Tel A. We are going to copy all 4 of those and just move them on. Well, I didn't copy it because I'm an idiot, but I guess, you know, second time's a charm, right? There we go. Alright, so now we got those in. Fantastic. let's move on to bringing in this neck. We can't bring in the neck, I don't think. We gotta bring in the wings first, don't we? So how are we gonna fill in this little area? Okay, so this will be on the back burner. We'll do that later. What we can do is build around this neck or the bottom. Let's go ahead and do the wings, because why not? Okay, so I went down to the tail parts. Scroll down to the tail parts, get you a tail end cap in the port position, and then a tail side cap in the port position. And I love the colors together. I'll bring these over to the build. So what I did was that to cover this up, see how like all this is showing? I don't like it. We're gonna cover it up with this. It didn't look bad after I did it either. And so that Nova Galactic piece, the reason why it's there is to connect to. So now this kind of goes into this piece and blends into it, glitches in there. It's rounded off. Some people might not like that, but from a distance, when it's in between these wings, all you're going to see is this as a little detail in there. It doesn't bother me one bit. Let's go ahead. We're going to go to the structure pieces and grab you a Deimos Hull A, and we're going to put it right in the front of that control station. And then the side that the battle station is sticking out, we're going to duplicate and place another one in front of that one. Okay? Now in front of both of the... So after you place those two Deimos pieces, let's, I apologize, let's jump back down to these tail pieces. I forgot to tell you to go ahead and duplicate a whole set of these so that we can bring them over to the other side, and we're gonna flip these around and slap them on. Boom. Now that's done. We ain't gotta worry about that again. You know, we don't need you. But for y'all don't have all these pieces floating out here, and I need to forget that I'm doing that, and kind of work off as if I'm bringing them to the build. So now go grab you a Deimos cowling in the 4 bottom position. This is due to, I hope I remembered to bring this up at the beginning of the video. This is because of the mod, I think it's called Better Ship Part Flipping. And so it allows us to bring this thing upside down. It's amazing. I love it. Clip that right in front of this Deimos piece that is in front of the control station. So now that's in there. Fantastic. Let's grab... We're going to grab this is called a Deimos bumper. It's in the port 4 position. We're going to slap this onto the front hook point of your Deimos control station. Then grab a Deimos wing A in the port position. Glitch that right in there. Connected to in the front, connected to the Deimos Hull A. And so why I did this is because this one's fatter. The control station is fatter right there, and it kind of looks like it goes into there, and then this one's skinny, and so the wing kind of blends in with the thinness of that piece. It's just what I thought looked good. Now, if you'll go into the Nova Galactic parts, grab you one of those Nova radiators with the hook points on both sides, and we are going to slap that right behind on the back hook point of that control station. On the outside of that On the outside of the Nova Galactic radiator, we will place a Nova Wing port. Nova Wing in the port position, sorry. And I placed a gun there. That is the guns that I'm using. Six of these. The Darkstar XP-10C Obliterator Particle Beam. You can grab 6 of those and place them off to the side if you wanted to. They don't have to go in the same locations I put them, of course. You know, you do what you feel is best with whatever on this build. Now, what I did next, I brought in a Deimos Hull A. I brought this in and I connected it on this back section. There should be a Deimos Hull glitched into here, and that's what you're searching for to connect to. And you'll connect to it on that back one. And then I placed a Deimos braking engine on the front of that Deimos Hull A. On the back of the Deimos Hull A, I went and grabbed a Deimos belly, flipped in the aft position, and snapped that right on the back of the Deimos hull. We will be using the hook point on the top of this belly part for something later that's going to be hanging off that side right there. Alright, now let's go grab us a Nova Galactic, what are they called again? The Nova Cowling. It is the 2LPA. I'm going to slap that back hook point to the Deimos hull. It's also going to be connected to the Nova Wing port in the port position. Now, what I wanted to do was kind of smooth out these flat sides and make things look a little better instead of blocky. And so what I did to achieve that is I grabbed 2 of these Deimos Wing E port in the port aft position, and they curve right into that braking engine, and it looked great. I loved the way it looked. So put them on both sides. Now, if you look, see how it's hanging off the side right there in that corner that's cut off at an angle for the Nova cowling? I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So what I did to fix that is grab a Deimos Wing A in the port aft position, and I thought it looked great sticking out the back also. So let's just pull this out, because honestly, this will connect to this with no issues. So let's just connect that with no issues there first. I should have told you to do that, and I guess now I am. But I thought this little end piece sticking out the back of this looked pretty cool. So, oops. So let's grab this, hook this to the wing. Boom. You're done with that one. Now, when I mean hook to the wing, I meant this Nova Wing. Now, this is pretty much complete for just the wing itself, and then I connected 2 Stroud Cap A's in different positions. What did I do? I think I snapped that one in like this, and then I grabbed one in the port aft top position and connected it right there in the back. And I think this is correct, because this comes over here, it connects to this one is what I was mainly worried about. It also connects to this one. It just, I think, looks better that way. Okay. Let's move on to the bottom wing. Now, what you can do is go ahead and duplicate these down after you connect 2 of these Hope Tech risers. So grab one of these. It's called a Hope Tech Riser B. We're going to snap it on the back hook point, and we're going to duplicate, bring her down, and then it's just, oh snap. Oh, let's remove this. Okay. Alright. So go ahead and duplicate this. Do a flippy. Just do one flip. That's all you need. It hooks right to it. Now we have something hooked to. We're going to duplicate. I did that incorrectly. Give me a second. Okay, so what I should have done was press Y to duplicate it. Bring her down, do a one flip, and then clip her in. And this should be all connected due to the these Hopetech risers. I put these here as a filler. I kind of just wanted something there, so I chose to use that. You can find a different way to connect these if you don't want these there. That's totally fine. Let's go ahead and bring in the bottom wing. I don't think can be connected yet because we need to bring in some parts on the bottom. Alright, so let's just copy and do the top wing on both sides. So now that we have all these wing piece, this top wing piece here, what we can do is they're here already, so just duplicate and bring her over, you know. You need to do the other piece first because it'll, or do them together. That would be even better, but you can copy that one. We can take this piece and this piece. No, let's not. Let's just take one and bring her over. This. I can't flip that because the gun is on there, and that's fine. We'll just connect that, take the gun, put it back on. That is the, yeah. Now, you know what? Oh, shoot. Anyways, alright, so why is it? It's because I did. Okay. I apologize. I want to get my camera back in where I need it. Let's duplicate this Deimos Hull A. We're going to bring this over and connect to not the front one, but the second one back. Kind of put her there. Okay, and then bring a Deimos braking engine over. Then bring a... No. Bring the Deimos wing over. Have it, of course, flipped to the other position. Then bring your Nova cowling over. Do a flip. There's guns on it. I forgot. Okay. Let's just steal it from over here. So on this one, what I did was that I put two Darkstar XL 10C shield breaker ion cannon. The other one is an ion cannon shield breaker as well. So I put two of those on, and I deleted that one because I'm an idiot. That's great. It's fantastic. Okay. Now duplicate and bring over the belly piece. Oof, fast. Okay. After you connected that belly, you can either go and duplicate these and flip them, or go into the parts, the structure pieces, and grab you a Stroud Cap A in the starboard foretop position, duplicate it, and bring it back. You can just, all you gotta do is press the variation, flip it, and then boom, click. And now go into the structure pieces again, scroll all the way down to your Hope Tech Riser B. I want to slap that in right there, duplicate, bring down, and then duplicate the back shroud piece, flip 1, 2, 3, 4, connect. And now the quickest way is to duplicate this one and then variation flip with the D-pad, flip it over to the front. For bot. Why is it bottom? Josh, really? Oh. Alright, so now that we got the top wings done and they are duplicated to both sides, there is one thing that I did forget. Okay, anyways, beside that, we're gonna need to finish up and fix up the bottom. So I'll explain that here in a minute. There's a good bit of glitching going on down there. Alright, going back up to the I hope I'm not messing up the recording, but going back up to the top on the right side of the ship, since we're facing, it's on our left side. If we're facing the, the front of the ship to the back. Anyways, I forgot to install the these Deimos little pieces right here. Let's go grab you a Deimos Wing E in the starboard aft position. We're going to slap that in against the, closer to the inside of the ship. We're going to duplicate that and then turn it around and connect it to the Deimos Wing and Nova Wing, or cowling, I should say. And then there you go. Gives that kind of curved cupped effect. And now we can move on down to the bottom. Before we do that, let's go ahead. I grabbed a, you don't have to do this, I just did this and tucked it away, hiding it. But the Dark Star MDFG23C dispersion field generator. What it helps with is your shield max health. Okay. And so this is the shield generator. Got you. It's just Deimos's version. I mean, not Deimos, Dark Star version. Then I made the exact same type looking one as a cargo shield. I guess that's what I did, just to kind of give it that look of the same thing on both sides. So this is a Dark Star cloaking device. That's what it is. Got you. So it helps you cloak. Alright, and I just kind of tucked that in there. They both are there on each side. Let's go to the bottom. Alright, do you remember what I said at the top? That gap at the top that is about this wide? That shroud piece fits perfect in there. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to grab a shroud piece. The shroud nose cap D in the starboard forward position. We will bring that in here. And slap that in, connecting the rear connect point to the back Deimos 1x1. Okay. Then you're going to duplicate that, flip it, and slap it onto the other side. So it's filling in that gap. And then you're going to duplicate it, move it forward one. Slap that in, duplicate, move forward, smack her in. Click it in, smack, whatever. Delete, because you're not going to have that, so don't worry about that. Then on the back of that, that 1x1, I added a Deimos belly in the aft position. Oh, jeez. The camera driving me nuts. Let's just fix it. There. I clip that to the back, it blends into the both. It just, dang it, it just looks better that way. I really appreciate y'all having the patience with me. If you did it and y'all left, I do apologize. I'm sorry. Also, what I brought in was, let's go ahead and, now you don't have to do this, but I did this to fill in the gap. The bottom of this fuel tank shows, so I placed a Deimos Hull A right behind the first entryway of the Deimos 1x1 from the bay, like right behind it, and I put a Deimos hab right in front of the living quarters. It's just so that when you're underneath the ship, you don't just see right through it, you know. It makes it more solid. Now, what we're going to do is bring in a Deimos bracer. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yes, okay, that does go there. Alright, we're going to bring this in. It connects right there, okay? So the Deimos bracer connects glitched into the Stroud nose cap in the front connection of that living quarters. And we're going to glitch all these parts in there as well. So let's bring in another Deimos bracer, slap that in. There's going to be a lot of putting it in there. It's glitched in, it'll go, but it's not connected, so you gotta select the ship and then boom, it's connected. See there? And then trying to remember, I kind of just placed it in there after I placed, I believe, this piece, and then this was to hold it later. Yeah. I apologize, guys, and I forgot to put this there. I'm jumping all over the place. We'll get back to that here in a minute, I guess. So this piece right here, the reason why I have these in here is to connect to the bottom wing. Okay. And that's empty space for that up there. We'll worry about that later. Let's, let's bring this down. Worry about that in a minute. Okay? And these will be after we connect the front up too, as well. What we're going to do is what I placed. I grabbed the Deimos belly in the aft position, and I connected it right behind the bay, so it gives this, basically a banana. Just stuck to the bottom of the ship. Half of it's your bay. That's just there for looks. And I wanted to glitch in, so I pulled this down and I put this landing gear. I grabbed the Dark Star MLO2 Deimos belly landing gear. That's what he called it. Snapped it in right behind the bay. I did that one first because it doesn't connect on the front, but on the front of this belly it will connect to the bay a lot easier. Alright. And then behind that one we do connect another one, so just duplicate it and bring it back. All you gotta do is just, look at that one and press Y, bring her back. Behind that, go grab you in the structure pieces, in the structure roll pieces, grab you a Deimos skeg A aft. Let go of it. And go grab you a skag A aft position, connect it to the back of your second landing leg. Now, because the spot looked weird to me and I wanted it to look, I don't know, I just wanted some pieces there. I went and grabbed me a Demo Spine C4 bottom. This is part of that flip mod. And I placed it here. Highlight the ship, it connects, works. And then in the back of that one, I do have a gun on this. The gun is a Darkstar MP-10C Obliterator particle beam. I brought this up and I connected it right behind that one. So all these are kind of blended in together. It kind of breaks up the repetitiveness with all the other landing gear that we will be placing. Now, before we get to the landing gear, we're going to leave those there and let's look at the bottom of this engine. Okay, it's got this big open space. I wanted to fill that in, so I used a Demo Skeg bottom B and a Demo Skeg A aft, or B bottom, and I placed the Skeg B towards the front in that groove, and then right behind that Skeg B on the bottom, I put the Skeg A connecting in there, and it blends right in, fills in the gap, and doesn't look too bad. Oops. Did that on both sides. Thought it looked pretty cool. Now for these landing legs, we're going to slap in there. We're going to use the Demo Skeg A, one Darkstar ML02 Demos belly landing gear, and then another Skeg A in the aft position. And what these are connecting to is that Stroud piece that we installed in that little gap that fits perfectly. So the landing leg goes in the center, and then the Skeg A go in the front and in the back of that landing gear. And of course, the same thing on the other side. So these go right on that Stroud piece on either side. Just like that, it should look like this. For now. After we get done blending in some more parts, glitching in more parts, it'll look better than just look like it's kind of standing out there in the front like that. Alright. I hope y'all like these long, non-edited videos. I can only imagine if it's... I don't even watch my own videos because I just can't stand my own voice, but I can only imagine it's probably annoying. Another thing that might be annoying to y'all, let's go ahead and highlight those Stroud pieces, both of them, the Demo Skeg pieces, and these Darkstar landing legs. We're going to highlight all on both sides. And the reason why we're doing this is to make our connecting points for the wings that go on the bottom. I should have done this earlier. I wasn't sure how to approach it because when I built this thing, I was kind of like my normal self all over the place. But I have an idea. I mean, I know how to explain it. So if you installed these already and you drop them both sections down, go grab you a Deimos bracer, and we're going to put one up front and we will put one in the back. Now both of these hook points will be used. So on these hook points, before we do that, because we're going to copy it to both sides, you're going to bring in 2 more of those bracers, put them in the exact same place on the opposite side. Perfect. Now, go into your structure pieces. You're going to grab a Deimos hull and you're going to slap it on that back one. Boom. On the back of that Deimos hull, go grab you a Deimos cowling F, and that kind of curves in with this Stroud piece. That's all you put there. That's it. Leave that alone. Move on to the front of that. We're going to put a braking engine. Okay, we're going to just kind of slap that in there. Now, we use these to be able to connect the rest of the pieces that I have in here so it fills it in and it looks good to me. So in the back, bring in a hold on, let me get low. Bring in a, it's a Deimos wing B in the starboard side. You're gonna have to glitch it in there. It's not really gonna connect without connecting it by selecting the whole ship and pressing A to accept, and it will connect. Now you're gonna bring in another one in the front of that one. It's not gonna connect to anything. But what we do to connect these 2 pieces together is that I brought in this Deimos Wing E and I slapped it in there. This is where I originally got the idea, and I did it to the top wing as well. So when I put that in there, I thought it looked good, curved, cool, alright, and it holds this wing piece. And then on the other side, I duplicated and flipped. So instead of bringing that one up, all I did was duplicate, flip. No, I don't want to connect there. Bring over here. It's going to connect here, but I'm going to have to select the whole ship. Oops. I had to select that one. It connected. We're going to have to select the whole ship again because that wing got connected. That's great. Now that piece is connected. Perfect. Alright, now this side is done with the inside workings. We didn't put a wing there because it's not even going to be seen. It's going to be completely covered. But I put it here because it has little edges and bits that you're going to be able to see at the bottom. Same goes for both of these sides. So now that we're done with all of that, we can grab this, all highlight it all, select it, bring her up, and she's hooked in. It works out great. Just click A and she snaps in, and see how much of these wings is noticed. These are fillers, so there's no random open spots. Okay, kind of looks like all one piece, kind of, hopefully. Now to finish off this bottom wing, what we're going to do is grab a grab you a Deimos wing. The Deimos wing is going to be pointed in the port aft position. You connect the skinniest port to the hull A piece. Connect it just like this. On the inside of the front wing connection, you're going to connect a Deimos Wing E, starboard aft position. And then that piece will be... Alright, so then go grab you a Why doesn't it show me? As soon as you click it, it's like it turns invisible. Interesting. A Nova Cowling 2LPA. You're going to glitch this into there. It's going to be about right there. Leave that alone. Select the whole ship. Let it click. Accept it, and then you're done. Grab a Nova Wing in the port position, and then another Nova Wing. Glitch that one and flip it over and connect it to itself so they look like this. And then I put guns on the outside. This one is a Darkstar XP-10C Obliterator Particle Beam. On the inside, I think it's the exact same thing. It is. Okay. And then on top of that wing is the Darkstar MP-10C Obliterator Particle Beam and another one. So they're all the same. Okay. I think, wait, what? One of these is a XP, and then these are the MP. So that's the difference. Grab this, float it in there right here, because we want it to connect to that centerpiece. Highlight the ship, let it connect. That is your wing piece connected. Thought it looked good with this in the back of it. That's what makes it look like it's connected. Alright, we're going to copy that to the other side. Don't forget to put this Deimos cowling in the forebottom position up here. Copying this side. You know. Sorry I messed up on that. Alright. All of this fancy goodness. We're going to start with a Deimos hull. Slap it on the back connection. Behind it, we'll put a Deimos cowling. Slap that in. Put the braking engine. Put that in. We got the hook point right there. Put this in. And then bring in your wings. Remember, 2 on the outside, 1 in the front inside. We want those in like that. Select the whole ship to connect them in individually. When those are all in, you're able to bring up all of your landing leg and the shroud pieces. Just slap those right in there. Now that whole part is done. Let's finish the wing. What you're going to do is bring in the Deimos wing first. We're going to put a Deimos wing in the starboard aft position. Put that in. On the inside of that front section of the Deimos wing, put a Deimos wing E connecting in. You can just duplicate it from this one over, flip it, and then bring in a Nova Cowling 2LSA. We'll have to select the whole ship to get that to clip in. She did. You're going to have to bring in a Nova wing in the starboard position, and then a Nova wing in the port position. Connect them to each other. Glitch this in. Select the select the ship. Let it click in. That's great. All right. Now we're going to move to the front of the ship and start filling all this in. Now that we have our pieces up here to connect to, we need these to be able to bring in the Hope Tech cap pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and bring all of these down. Okay. So what I did here is that I started on these. I placed a Hope Tech Cap A, and I wanted these running down beside this spine. I duplicated it. I placed one down, duplicated it, moved it back, and then duplicated it, moved it back, duplicated it, moved it back 2 more times, believe it or not, because I noticed that it didn't show in that corner and it looked weird. So you don't have to do this, but I did. So I grabbed it and I duplicated it and I brought it back 1 more time. Now it fills in that whole corner. A little excessive? I don't think so. And then now I couldn't connect to this without bringing in these. If you notice these, hold on. Oh, Lord. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Sorry about the camera, guys. All right. Have you noticed that these Hope Tech caps that you can now flip underneath on the bottom have connecting points on either side? That's fantastic. So that means I can bring this in, glitch that one into that one. It snaps in because it's connecting to this armory, and it's connecting to this to the bottom of this and Deimos Hab. All right, and then I duplicated that. Wrong one. Duplicated. I duplicated that one, connected to itself, and I did it 1 more time to glitch into the Stroud pieces that will be here later on. And then I was able to move one forward, and that's what it should look like. It gives off this really nice skinny rounded off section. Thought that was great. Now in front of the Stroud piece, 1 block forward, or Hab spot forward, I brought in a 200 cm ballast shielded cargo. I brought in another one, and then everything that I did over here I duplicated to the other side. So I kind of just took one, flipped, brought it over, and I went ahead and just left it like, I didn't jump over there just yet. I grabbed everything I needed, and I just kind of duplicated it and just flipped it over there. So that means grab one of these bottom ones, duplicate it, and flip it over here. And it should connect to the front of that Deimos cowling. But if you notice, when I flipped it, it was not rounded yet. I had to flip it 1 more time. Duplicate this, boom. Duplicate this one, bring her inside so it glitches into that Deimos cowling, and bring one forward, and then you'll stop there. Grab these top ones, bring them back, bring 1 more back. Gotta do the glitchy. Grab the ship, it should connect. I think it did, didn't it? It did. Alright, yeah. Okay. Now that that piece is in, now let's go grab you a Stroud Cap A. You're going to duplicate, flip several times until it's in the orientation you need. It's rounding off the back of the cab. You're going to place 2 more in the opposite position on the other side to where they're mirrored and look identical. You're putting the Stroud Cap A on the top and another Stroud Cap A in the port aft on the bottom. And then to fill in, to give some shape instead of this simple skinny little thing, I grabbed a Nova cowling 2L PA. I connected it to the in line with the beginning of the Hoptech spine coming out of the captain's quarters. Sorry, I'm not quick thinking. It's late for me right now. And I put one, I flipped it to the other position going forward to blend into with the Stroud piece. And then you can just grab them, flip them, duplicate them, and flip them and throw them to the other side. Now that top section is done. That's great. Looks good. Now underneath it, we're going to place, I believe, some Stroud cap pieces. What, not caps, but bracers. Okay, we're going to grab a Stroud mid bracer, and you're going to bring it in and connect right in front of that 1x1 and underneath the armory in the back, and you're going to duplicate it and place another one right in front of it. And then in front of that piece, I do have a gun on this, but in front of that piece I put a Stroud nose cap B for bottom in the fore bottom. Okay, and it has a Darkstar XL 10C shield breaker ion cannon. Alright, now underneath that piece, we're going to bring in a Deimos. Let's go ahead and just bring them together. No. So a Deimos hull A and a Deimos belly. Bring in the Deimos hull A underneath the back Stroud piece and in front of the 1x1 on the bottom above the bay, right there. Put a Deimos belly in front of that one in the fore position, in front of that Deimos hull A. And now let's start filling in the sides right here. We are almost done. It's a long video, guys. We're going to bring in I think this first. Put the Nova Cowling 2LPF. I put a Darkstar XEQ subspace comm spike and the MP10C obliterator particle beam. I duplicated this and then flipped it to the other variation, and that's what this is down here for. It's got guns on it, so I'm just going to bring this one up. But without the guns, what I did was just, duplicate it and use the D-pad to flip it until it's in this and then just flip it into this variation with the D-pad. And then bring her, and then slide her right in behind it so it blends that piece in there seamlessly. It just looks better to me that way. You don't have to do it. Go ahead and do the other side as well. Let's go ahead and make sure that one's clipped in there. Yeah, it is. Okay. Clip that out. And then duplicate it and variation flip it to the back side of it so it's blended in there like that behind it. Okay. And now I used 2 Deimos pieces. What I did was I wanted this to be blended in there like this. So I put it in there, selected the ship, let it connect, and then I put the this is a bumper starboard mid, and then a Deimos bumper starboard fore. And then those just go there like that, and then you can duplicate these and bring them over here, and then you just flip them, put that in. Oh, whoops, gotta get close. Select ship, it connects, and this one just slaps right in there. Alright, and then now all we have is these. This is part of that mod where you can flip parts. And what I'm going to do is do both sides at the same time, so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to bring this all the way in front of that tail piece. It's a tail cap. We're going to slap that in there like that, in front of the tail end cap. That's right. And we're going to keep duplicating these and running them all the way forward. So when you duplicate it and go up to the next connecting point forward, right in front of it. And then duplicate it one more time and just move it forward. That's the last time. But now we're going to go and grab a Demo Skeg A in the port port 4 position. All of those should be connected for me. For you, what I did is that when I put this one in, I duplicated it and moved it forward twice, and then put the Demo Skeg in, the Demo Skeg A. And then I grabbed all of these, duplicated them, brought them over here and flipped each one and just slid them into place. And then that's how I put them in there. And then I put, to finish it off, using the hook point on the Stroud piece right there that I'm looking at, the front part of the wing, the back part glitching into the Skeg A, but the front part is connected to the Stroud piece, this Stroud nose cap B. And that completes the ship. You should be done. That should be it. Let's select the ship. Let's move it. It's all connected. The docker works. The bay is like close to the center of the ship. It works great on the landing bay with the small footprint. The footprint might not be realistic for the size of a ship, but that's okay. It's a video game. I thank y'all for watching this video all the way till the end. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope I wasn't too annoying making the video. I'm glad y'all enjoy my ship builds. I really enjoyed building this one, especially. This one's my favorite. I think it looks, I don't know, phenomenal. It's a beautiful ship to me, and I hope y'all feel the same way. The gun loadout, y'all can do whatever you want, but what I chose is to run a full set of MP10C obliterator particles from Darkstar, and a full loadout of XP10C obliterator particle beams from the Darkstar, and then also a full set of Darkstar XL10C shield breaker ion cannons. Okay, they're kind of scattered, like they're on the bottom here, and I think there's one on the bottom of the top wing. Let me work. Yep, there's two on there. So that's where I put them. Don't forget these little pieces down here if you want those. There's the cloaking device. The other side is just the regular Darkstar shield generator. I checked twice, more than twice, a few times, for that the habs do work. They work. The fix was those windows back there, so it doesn't make the ladders. Alright, I appreciate y'all watching all the way till the end. I hope you liked the video. My paint scheme I will show you, if you can get a picture, the hue all the way to the, that doesn't matter. Saturation is white, bright, all the way to the brightness of white. Color 2 is saturation all the way white. Brightness is, I don't know how many clicks, but it's about right in there, if you can see it. And then for my color, I see how it's, the hue is slightly in the yellow, a little in the green. The saturation is almost towards the end. Brightness is not in the middle, it's actually closer toward the dark side. So hopefully just seeing this in the video will help you get the color. If you wanted to color it the same, you don't have to. Back out, and there you go. But I made this whole hab white besides that one green little section. This is green, the outside's gray, the lines are green, this side's gray, the nose is just burnt. These are bright white, the same bright white that I was showing you earlier. Only green is on here, and the Daimless and the skinny piece white tip. Outside gray, green. So you can see this, the line down the center is gray, the little highlights are green, but the sidewalls are white. Alright, I did paint the engines. I wanted, since this is a clean looking kind of build, even though there's this bronze of this metal, I figured the engines can be a bright white, even though it's silver looking, it's shiny. I made the bars white and the rest is black. That's not true. I think there is the highlights are, you see that color, the highlight right there, the circle is on it, but I'm gonna get off of it. There you go. You notice it's like this kind of, forgot what, I don't know what kind of color that would be called. It's not brown, it's got red in it. Let's look. Oh, okay, so right here, so saturation is pretty white. It is a red color, all the way red, but you throw the saturation really low on the white side, and then the darkness is down also in the exact same spot as the saturation, and it comes out to be this like kind of like a brownish reddish, I don't know, it looked good. That color, I believe I did not make myself. It was part of the original loadout that comes with the color scheme. I just thought it looked good there, so I left it. Alright. Ship's done. Appreciate y'all staying to the end to watch the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy the ship. Y'all be good out there. Alright. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.